Hello everyone, Mike here. Thank you for joining me on my big journey to get small. This is a weekly update. This is kind of a quiet week, which is I'm not complaining about because the last 3 weeks have been really hectic. The weight loss center I go to is about a 2-hour drive away, and I work 12-hour shifts and I work 4 days a week. So when I work those shifts, I'm up at 5 in the morning. I'm getting home at 8 o'clock at night. I'm in bed by 9. Get up at 5. Go the next day. So my 3 days off, that's when I have to do all this, and also everything else I have to do in life. So this week, I don't have to go up to the weight loss center. I don't have any appointments or classes or anything. I do next week, but this week it just worked out. I didn't have anything to do up there. So that's okay. I can use that. Little day of rest. Little rest. I'm still working. I'm still following my diet. And I'm going to go out hiking later on today, get my exercise in. So I'm still doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I just don't have to drive up there. So I can get some things done around the house here and make this video. So diet's going great. I'm not having any problem sticking to it. I use a little app on my phone. So I thought using a tracker app like that and recording everything I ate was going to be difficult to do. But it's not been bad at all. I've actually found it's pretty easy. It has the ability to scan barcodes. So if I'm eating something that's, purchased from the store, I can scan the barcode and then put in how many servings I'm eating, and it records it in there, and it really helps. I think I talked about this in my last video. If I did, I'm sorry to be redundant, but I want to just mention that. I haven't been following the app. I've been staying below my calories. Weigh-in this week is pretty good. I have found that my scale at home matches up very, very closely to the scale at the weight loss center. So that's kind of nice to know. I can kind of get a real time feeling of how I'm doing. So I weighed yesterday and I was 393. I was 397 last week. So that's down another 4 pounds. And I've lost a total of 15 pounds. And that's how much they wanted me to lose before my surgery. So I'm doing great there. And my surgery is months away. So I'm still at it, and they said the more I can lose, the better I'll be off with the surgery as far as recovery, things like that. I'm feeling a lot better. My clothes are fitting better. My blood sugars are doing great. I take insulin. I take 75-25 twice a day, and my prescription calls for between 15 to 40 units, and my doctor wants me to try to keep my fasting blood sugar below 200. And I've been doing that, but for the last few months, I've been taking 25 units of insulin in the morning and 25 at night. And that's, when I check my fasting in the morning, it's been below 200, but it's been like 180, 185, up in that area. And so now I'm taking 15 units twice a day. So I've cut down 10 units morning and night. And this morning when I checked, my blood sugar was 103. Yesterday was 110. So I'm keeping it well below 200, down closer to 100 with a lot less insulin. So definitely having an effect on my body, a positive effect, and I like to see that. And I do have a lot more energy and stuff. I do feel better during the day, even with just 15 pounds off. But my body seems to be adjusting well. Big thing I did this past week is I got off of caffeine, and that was a biggie for me. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I've already stopped drinking any kind of sodas because I'm not going to be able to have that after the surgery, because anything carbonated, it can swell your pouch and swell your stomach and stretch it and defeat the purpose of having the surgery to start with. So I've just went ahead and got off of carbonated beverages now, so that's not an adjustment. I do drink coffee, 1 cup a day, every morning. I've got my Keurig, go out, make myself 1 cup every morning. Now, coming up, sometimes I'm going to have to be off of coffee. And they told me I could drink coffee after the surgery, but there's a time period there of a few weeks before the surgery and immediately after where I'm not going to be able to have coffee. And also, I've got a procedure coming up. I'm going to have an EGD and a colonoscopy. And I'm not going to be able to have coffee right before that. And I'm addicted to coffee. Even that 1 cup a day, as long as I get 1 cup, I was fine. But if I don't get that 1 cup, I would get horrible, horrible headaches, just ear-splitting headaches. And they would last all morning. So I did go off of coffee one time in the past for a couple of years. And then I ended up, just a lot of stress and stuff made me go back to drinking it again. And when I went off of it the first time, the way I did it is for 1 week, I was drinking instant coffee. And so I would, instead of taking an entire spoonful in my coffee, I would just take half a spoonful. So I was drinking coffee, but it was watered down. So for a week, I would do that, and I would have a splitting headache for about 2 hours every morning. Then it would go away. And I did that for a week, and then the headache stopped. So then I cut out the coffee altogether. Once again, I started having the splitting headaches for about 2 hours every morning for about a week, and then they stopped, and then I was good. So that's kind of what I was expecting. So last week, I started back doing the same thing. I got off the Keurig, and I started back on the instant coffee, and immediately I started having headaches, but it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't in the mornings. Because usually, I have my coffee early in the morning. I'm up at 5. So usually about 7, 8 is when the headaches would start. I was getting headaches at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were waking me up at 2 with a splitting headache. And I would get up and I would make myself a cup of coffee with a half a spoonful of instant coffee. And that would make the headache stop, and then I could go back to sleep. So luckily that was during that 3-day stretch that I was off work. But I said, I can't do this going to work. I can't be getting up at 2 and drinking coffee and stuff, trying to go back to bed, and then getting up at 5 for work. So I said, I've got to stop this. So I said, I'm just going to go cold turkey. So I did the little half cup thing for 3 days. And I just said, the heck with this. I can't stand these 2 o'clock in the morning headaches. So I just said, I'm just going to tough it out, cowboy up, and get it over with. So I'd go to bed at night and I would pop a couple Tylenol. And I keep the Tylenol next to the bed. And there for a couple nights, I did wake up around 1:30 or 2 in the morning, but it was a more mild headache, and I would just wake up, take a couple Tylenol, take a sip of water, and go roll over and go right back to sleep. And I did that for a couple of nights, and then the headaches were all gone. So I'm completely off of caffeine now. In the morning, I'm used to having that warm beverage with my breakfast. And so what I've replaced the coffee with is what I did before when I got out of coffee is I'm drinking hot water with lemon juice. I just have a little bottle of lemon juice, and I just boil some water in a little kettle, and just pour some lemon juice in the water, stir it in, so just drink the hot water with a little bit of lemon taste, and that kind of replaces that drinking the coffee in the morning, and it tastes good. I enjoy it. So that's what I've been having for breakfast. So that was a biggie, to get off caffeine. I feel really good that I was able to do that. So everything is positive. My weight's still going down. I'm able to stick to the diet well. I don't feel like cheating. And I'm off caffeine. So things are going great. I just hope they keep going this way. So that's all I've got. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're enjoying this, and you're going to stay on this journey with me, please subscribe to the channel. That'll help me a lot. If I can get more subscribers, I can grow the channel, help me do some other things. So thank you for joining me on my big journey to get small. See you next time. God bless.